We understand how the sunflowers just brighten somebody's day.
Make that about 40 acres of full-bloom sunflowers in Waialua, but these aren't for sale. Pioneer Hi-Bred grows these beauties as part of a commercial production.
Most of the sunflowers that we would sell to a farmer, and most of those farmers are in Europe because they're using sunflower seeds to press the seeds for a cooking oil.
It takes more than sunshine for this to happen. Research determines which varieties of seeds work best after genetic engineering.
Here where you see all the little flowers, there will be individual seeds, which then will be what is harvested and crushed to make sunflower oil.
During other parts of the year, the remainder of the 1,000 acres of land gets filled with soybeans and corn, Pioneer's primary crop. Hawaii farmers aren't Pioneer's top customers. They don't have the machinery to process the seeds. Pioneer's clientele comes from places like Europe and South America.
What we sell to a farmer is hybrid corn seed. And to make a hybrid, you have parent A and parent B, and you combine the two through pollination, and you get seed that we sell, which is hybrid seed. See here, some of them are actually speckled. That's a different kind of mutation.
The engineered corn seeds are resistant to specific types of insects, pests, and diseases, which continues to challenge farmers. Farm animals eat the lines of corn with the necessary balance of oils and proteins. This raises the issue of how safe these genetically modified seeds or biotech crops are for consumers. More changes to the genes requires more testing to determine any health side effects.
When we look at the safety of people eating these crops and animals, we find them to be safe through hundreds of studies that have been published and through thousands of studies that have been done through the process of approving these crops for commercial sale.
In the late 90s, scientists found evidence through a series of lab tests that pollen from genetically engineered corn killed monarch larvae.
What we saw in follow-up studies was that the monarch butterfly larvae really don't like to eat corn pollen when they're out in the field. In fact, they feed on a weed pollen called ragweed.
There's also the controversy of how pest and herbicide-resistant crops affect the environment and overall ecosystem.
That's another area where a lot of investigative work has been done in the form of research to look at the impact on other organisms. So, for instance, if we have an insect resistance gene that's in a plant, we want to know, does it impact any other types of insects?
Pioneer has branches in 70 different countries with 4 in the islands. Goldstein says the Hawaii location always puts residents first. They educate students and teachers with plant biology kits like this and make sure to hire locally.
The seed industry is doing very well right now, and it's growing and expanding in Hawaii. Pioneer acquired additional acreage just last year. We've expanded the work that we've been doing on Kauai a fair amount over the past 2 to 3 years.
It's a market that's thriving on success. The seed crop industry provides 22.7% of all agricultural jobs in the state, and in 2008, the industry brought in about $146 million. But it's the Waialua location that continues to attract dozens to its golden fields. Some look past the not-so-sunny controversies.
They're pretty spectacular. I think just the dimension of the flower is the biggest there could be, and they're just very happy looking. And there's so many of them.
Reporting from Waialua, this is Alyssa Navarez.